Hi guys, it's me again. Alright, so this is part 2 of It's Not My Secret to Keep. If you've been following my YouTube channel, that's where I'm posting the videos. Not my secret to keep. Last part 1 I shared that I was taking the journey of getting my DNA tested on Ancestry.com to look deeper into my background and finding out more about who my biological father may or may not be. Since then, I did send in the test and I've continued to get constant updates. Ancestry.com had said that they would take possibly up to 6 weeks to complete the process. And since I sent in the test, they received it on the 4th, and by the 20th the tests, I had the results. It was my intention to kind of share bits and pieces of what I've been experiencing over the years as a child, and why we are here today, as I got the updates. But again, life got ahead of me and I just continued to receive the updates. And I think it was the day before yesterday, I received, yesterday morning, I received notification that it's done, and it's ready. And I will share with you that I have not quite opened it as yet, so I will be opening it shortly. Not sure if I'll open it on this video, but I wanted to give you guys my real feelings before I opened it, right? Because I don't know how I'm going to feel once I open it. And to be quite honest, they may have found something or they may not have found anything. I'm sure I'll get information on the traits part of it. So I not only did a DNA test, but I did a DNA traits test, which is going to tell me a little bit more about my heritage, my ancestry, wherever I may have come from, my lineage. And so that's going to be pretty interesting. I'll probably definitely share that part of it. And I'm just hopeful that I will get some more information about my DNA, and where I came from. Now, I'm probably going to get information about my mother's side of the family DNA, and I'm definitely going to get, and I'm possibly going to get information on my biological father's side of my DNA. So I also received email saying that I got a message from 2 people. Not sure who those 2 people are. I haven't opened anything as yet, but they could be from my mother's side of the family. And so everything is still unknown at this point. But what I wanted to share before I opened the email is that regardless of what the outcomes are, from a child, I've always lived with some sort of identity crisis. Not just in my physical appearance. I didn't quite look like the person who they said was my father. There were features that I had that he did not have, and my mom didn't have them. And so I questioned that quite a bit as I was younger, but I had to let it go. I was just, when I say question, it was just thoughts, always racing through my mind, thoughts like, why do I look this way and this man doesn't look like me, and my mom doesn't have these features either. So finding out the information at 18 that it's a possibility that this man may not be my dad and somebody else may be, was very shocking. But at the same time, once I was able to get over the initial shock, it kind of made sense. And also my surname that I had as a child before I got married, for some reason I just could not connect. And I think that speaks to just intuition, and just, I think the powers that be speaking to you, that you don't even know who's speaking to you. It just, I could not connect to the name. I almost would say didn't like it, and I don't know why, but I just didn't feel like that was who I was. And I struggled with that for years. I honestly struggled with that for years. I struggled with my facial features for years, and just certain things about myself. I also struggled with my personality. So the personality I had, I could not figure out who in my family was quite the way I am, thought the way I am, did things the way I did things. And so, of course, we're all unique. So, you know, I brush it off as we're all unique and we think differently. But I just had a different level of thinking, a different way of doing things, a different level of ambition, and just different from my siblings and different from even the brother who both of us carried the same surnames. And so I was just so different. And I know that my mom, she had her ambition that she had to set aside because she had to take care of 5 kids. But it was just, everything was so different. So I struggled with who I was for a very long time. And I never had anyone to really share how I felt. I couldn't sit down with anyone and talk about it. But I just felt like I didn't belong for so long. And just finding out the information at 18 really just brought everything together. Yeah, so it is a very emotional journey for me, and I'm happy, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud that I finally am taking a step in the right direction, and I am about to find out some information, maybe not all of the information, but some information, and hopefully I find out something that I can do something with. Hopefully it's a piece of the puzzle that can move me forward in a different direction. And I guess we'll see from there. It's been a lot of sip, a lot of talk. Some people have come forward and said that they heard some things before when I was a child. So, you know, and I really didn't know what was going on. And so I kind of felt betrayed, but I wasn't angry. I felt betrayed. And I felt alone. I felt alone because I had to experience a lot of things as a child, and I didn't really have the person who they said was my father wasn't really a dad. And so once I got that information, I think even though before I got that information, he wasn't really a dad. And so I kind of distanced myself from him from I was 16 years old when I graduated high school. And once I got the information, it kind of, you know, sealed the deal for me. And I was at peace with moving forward because he definitely was not a real father to me. And I just move on my life. Now that my mom has passed, I just feel like an orphan now. No mom, no dad. And I don't know what this information is going to do, if it's going to change anything. If it does, I hope it changes for the better and not the worse. But it's definitely going to give me some peace and some understanding. And there's definitely more to the story. But I want to find out more about the results before I share some more. But I just want those of you who are going through similar situations not to doubt yourself. And if something doesn't feel off, trust your intuition and trust your gut. There's no way I could have thought that, hey, I had a different father. Like, who thinks that, hey, I just, you know, this is not my mom, my dad. Nobody thinks that. But at the end of the day, there is a spirit, an inner soul speaking to us, trying to tell us the truth, and we just need to listen. So trust your gut, trust yourself, and, you know, just enjoy the ride. So hopefully I'll see you shortly on the next side of this video with the results. Bye. This is my fight song. Take back my life.